Hey, who likes social media? I really like Facebook because I get to keep in touch with old friends I haven't seen in a while. There was one guy who posted this status. I haven't seen this guy since high school. It said, "Everyone, I've been clean and sober for 9 months." And I was like, oh yeah, man, congrats. It goes on to say, "Living, loving, learning the white way." And I thought that was a strange addendum. So I investigated. His main picture was him Zeke Hiley, so it didn't take long to investigate. Yeah, this guy's a neo-Nazi. In 9th grade, I hung out with him and 2 other Jewish kids, and we called ourselves the Jew Crew, and this guy's a fucking Nazi. I just went on his profile. All of his statuses were about positivity, working hard, finding God, and also the white nation. Like, this guy went to prison, and he gave up drugs, and he picked up racism. And like, I kind of wish he stayed a junkie. Like, I'd rather he abuse black tar than black people. I'd rather he drink booze, not attack Jews. I'd rather he smoke angel dust and not Koreans' mistrust. Speaking of all that, I would like you all to know something about me. I'm a very, very sweet boy. See? That was not always the case, though. I used to be a crime boy. I would commit crimes, and it turns out being a grill master at the Unpopular Opinions Backyard Barbecue and Show is one of the few jobs you can get at as an ex-con. Thank you, Adam Todd Brown. Yeah, I used to commit a lot of crimes and stuff with my friends in high school. And here's the thing you gotta know about Crime Nadav. That's what they called me back then. Is that Crime Nadav was constantly fucked up and inebriated, and everything seemed like a good idea. So when my friends were like, "Hey, go throw a wrench through that cop car's windshield," I did that shit. And I am not sorry, but I do regret it. So I do that. And then I run from the police, and then I get into my friend's garage, the ones who dared me, and the cops knew exactly where I went because my friends were mid-level drug dealers and they kept tabs on us. But the thing is, there was this attic-like crawl space that is kind of hidden, no obvious way to get up there. Got in there, started hiding, and was perfectly still and quiet while these armed men in uniform were right under me looking for me, and I never felt more in touch with my cultural Jewish heritage. It was a second bar mitzvah. I'm a double man. But they did get me later, and I went where crime boys go, juvenile hall. I got a couple pieces of advice from a jailer who took a liking to me. First piece of advice: no matter what anyone says to you, no matter what words they utter at you, do not attack them. Second piece of advice: if they lay hands on you in an aggressive way, fight back, because you're both getting in trouble anyways, and you may as well not look like a average. I had a vowel to that every time I tell that joke. The advice he did not give me that I wish he gave me is that when a guy gets next to you in the urinal and goes, "Hey, you got a little dick," you should ignore him, and what I did was say, "It's a grower!" That guy wanted to fuck me. I gave him the wrong idea. I think I led him on. That's exactly what he wanted to hear. You didn't know that? So, thankfully nothing too bad happens. Like, one time, he wouldn't leave me alone for a bit, and then it culminated with him sitting next to me, and he put his hand on my knee. Like, not even my thigh, on my knee. It wasn't prison rape, it was like prison office place sexual harassment. It was an HR complaint. I did get, I'll never forget my first cellmate. I decided to flex on him a little bit, and we had that "what are you in here for" conversation, and I was like, oh, you know, vandalized a cop car, no big deal, it's Tuesday. And he's like, oh, I'm here for attempted murder. I was like, oh, fuck. And he's like, no, it's not like that. I try to kill the guy who abused my sister. And I was like, oh, hey, while I'm here, Could I be your sister? I'm a sweet boy now, though. I let that all go. Alright. So, I went to the water zoo recently. That's just like a quirky thing I like to call aquariums, because I'm also a manic pixie dream boy. What am I doing? I got to the shallow pool where you can pet sharks. It was super packed. People were shoulder to shoulder all around it. So I just camped out for a minute. Someone left. I squeezed in, pet some sharks. Then this guy, he moves his kid away from me and gets between us, which I get it. Protective dad, I'm a stranger, alright. But then he made it weird. He looks at me and goes, "Hey, you're a little close to my daughter. Like, I know it's probably innocent, but you get it, right?" What? Fuck you, dude. I'm petting sharks. I think it's times more interesting than your kid, who's not even hot. There was a stingray jumping out of the water, splashing people. I called it ravioli because it looked like one. It was very charming. In that moment, I am 1,000% focused on that. In that moment, her dad was focused more on fucking her than I was. And what makes it better is that I don't like kids very much at all. Like, I hate kids. I wouldn't fuck a kid if it was begging for it. Because I'm a hero. I like telling that joke because it's either laughter is the reaction or and it's like, what do you disapprove of? How much I don't want to fuck it? Because it's like, I can work on that, but it's just an uphill battle. You guys know Mortal Kombat?
Yeah!
Okay. You know in the first game there's fatalities where you brutally murder your opponent? Mortal Kombat 2, they introduced animalities. You turn into a giant animal, brutally murder your opponent. Mortal Kombat 3, they take the next logical step and do babalities, where you turn your opponent into a baby, and then you leave, which was a weird way to find out my dad was a Mortal Kombat character. It's like the high score in my game has always been DAD, and I can't win. Thanks, everyone.